Hey everybody, it's Mr. Snake Eater coming back at you with another one of my problems on YouTube. Yeah, actually problems in general. And this one is a 2-for-1 deal actually. I mean, in the title screen I'm probably going to put on Grammar Nazis as it. Or I might just put the names of these commenters. Yeah. Anyway, the comments, I have a problem with some people. It's just nothing really they do. It just, well, actually it is what they do. Okay. The big problem I have on this one is the grammar Nazi. Okay, let's see. The first comment was, a game where the object is to rape women is entirely offensive no matter what culture you're from. If you don't think it is, you're sick. And I can agree with that, actually. It really is sick. I mean, this is a video on top 5 most offensive games, and there are actual people saying that this is only offensive to Americans. And I can only see that for 2 games, which was the number 1, which was Bone Town, and number 3, JFK Reloaded. There was 2 other games, Custer's Revenge, Rape-Say, and Super Colombian Massacre RPG. Over the other games, and it's like, yeah. There were actual legit people in this video who aren't saying those games are offensive. It's like, oh, come on. Listen, one guy made an actual point that in order to be offensive, it needs to have some moral strife to you, like it affects. Like, it's happened to you, like, if you're a woman and you got raped and you saw someone saying rape-lay, that's offensive. And which you can agree to a bit, like JFK Reloaded. That's what I'm thinking of, it's really only offensive to Americans. I don't really see why someone in, let's say, Britain should be really offended by that. It's really an American thing. And so this woman is really just attacking people that think rape-lay is bad, and they only think rape-lay is offensive. Okay, so then this guy comes in, Caio Mararu. Forgive me for butchering your name. It's YouTube username's not my. What's the word I'm looking for? I want to say native language, but that just seems silly. Like, I'm not really meant to take this too serious myself. I don't care if anyone... Actually, I really don't care if anyone really finds, like, me being a hypocrite in these videos. I'm just doing these ones for fun. Actually, yeah. School sucks 80s. That's who made the original comment. iGame or... Oh. Well, I can see the grammar mistake now. Anyway. This Kyoka Maru, forgive me for butchering your name, said, maybe you shouldn't spend so much time on this matter and spend more time on an English dictionary. That comment just... I don't know why you made that comment. It's completely pointless. I mean... Good grammar and all is good and all, but we generally got the idea of what you were saying. It's like, grammar Nazi. That's what I'm thinking he is. He's a grammar Nazi. For those of you who don't know what a grammar Nazi is, been living under a rock or something. The people on YouTube that take grammar to the extreme. You can't make a single grammar mistake without them trying to correct you. And in some cases, they can be helpful, but in most cases, they're just downright annoying. Why are they annoying? Well, it's thinking YouTube. Why do I need to have perfect grammar? If I write something that's unlegible, that's when you can honestly say something. But if you get the general idea of what I'm saying and understand what I'm saying, why do you have a problem with it? And here's the next thing. School sucks 80 says, "Accuse me, but I speak perfect English." Well, he did make a grammar mistake, I can see, but other than that, it's really not that big of a deal. You obviously have no respect towards women. What is the women factor on this? I mean, granted, he's kind of saying you should be more focused on good grammar over getting rid of an offensive game. Actually, even then, it's just a video game at best. It shouldn't be taken too serious. I mean, granted, we can still find some things offensive, but at best, we shouldn't be taking them at least really that serious. And Taboo Zokoti? Zakut? Sorry for butchering your name, Tubit? Zaku? Why does it always feel like I'm reading a foreign name whenever I'm reading YouTube accounts? Yeah, like, people would act differently towards men, and he makes an excellent point. Probably the only guy I can side with in this whole argument. And then Kairu Maru? Sorry, I don't know how to repay for butchering your guys' names. Just sorry. And he says, "Sorry to ruin your little comeback line, but I don't think using correct grammar is gender specific." I agree with that. It really isn't gender specific. It's like, at first, your first comment is just completely unnecessary. I mean, if you want to point something out that someone did, go ahead. But telling them they should put more focus into grammar is not really that important, especially on YouTube. Well, grammar is important. Let me get that straight. But it's only important in certain situations. Like I said, if you start typing things that are unlegible, yeah, your grammar needs improved and it's important. But as long as you get the general idea of what you're saying, it's not that important. At least on YouTube. Now, if you're going to apply for a job, you better dang on well have good grammar. They won't hire you if you don't. Good spelling as well. This is where I can find Grammar Nazi being important. Like, you give them an application and they correct all the grammar mistakes for you. That would be a good use of a Grammar Nazi. There are times where good grammar is important. YouTube just not one of them. And why do people try and waste their time on it is beyond me. Now, the other topic I mentioned earlier, I get a 2-for-1 deal on this, is Schoolgirl Sucks 80 pretty much made this towards like being that the guy was being womanizing her or sexist, or I'm just thinking she's a feminist. And I generally don't like feminists because in general of crap like this, they don't really understand what's really just wrong towards women, I should say. Kind of one of those things that's hard to word out. It's like, okay, I'm sure this Kaizuru Maru would have said that grammar sucks to anyone. I'm not doubting that. I'm not doubting he would do that. He even mentioned it in a post later on that he doesn't think it's gender specific. So, it's the reason why I don't like feminists. They just, most of the time, I just feel like feminists just mess up at times like this. Like, there are times when you do a good job for women, but then it's like, it's a whole PETA deal all over again. There are times when they do good things, but most of it is just masked out by the crap they do. And that's what it's like here. It's like, you can do a good job, but then that good thing gets overshadowed by a bad thing you did. It's like there's a time and place for everything, but to immediately accuse someone for having no respect towards women, for wanting proper grammar, that's more along the line with no respect for the person in general than it is towards women. And And I don't even know how she came to that conclusion, really. I mean, if I told a woman she had bad grammar, that make me have no respect for women? I would think if, in general, if I was trying to really help someone be better at something, that's more along the lines of being more respectful. I mean, granted, you can do it in disrespectful ways. I mean, I once knew someone that we were having a debate, and he said, "I respect you so much as a human being that I can't respect your moronic ideals, opinions, ideals or opinions." I can't remember. It was just such a stupid comment in general that it's like, the guy had no respect for you if he can't respect. If he doesn't respect you for your ideals, like, and really, I don't see any disrespect towards women in general on that. I see disrespect towards School Sucks 80 more or less, but I can also see more of a respectable line of him just trying to help her. Granted, Kai Komuru, I think he went about this in a dumb way. Granted, it's like the whole Milton Vegans thing again. You got just most of the people doing it in a dumb way. It's like, Zoc is the really only guy I can really at best go with, because he's not really being too much of a jerk. I mean, he makes a point, he gets a point across. And then Kaiserwan makes another point across. It's just two things I really in general just dislike: grammar Nazis and feminists. I never personally enjoyed the two, yada yada yada. As always, I will be sending this video to the people that I mentioned. They just have a right to know that I'm talking about them, so on and so forth. See you guys later.